From Colorado's news leader, this is 9 News.
The American
Hi,
Cancer Society. Oh, hi, Kyle.
Hi, Gary. The American Cancer Society is in town this week. They're driving all over the country in this bus, trying to convince lawmakers to spend more money on cancer research. How is what's going on in Washington now going to affect all that? We'll tell you coming up.
Okay. Well, you might see a bus around Denver today that makes you do a double take. It is signed by people who are affected by cancer, and it's going to be parked at the state capitol over the noon hour. The bus pulled into the 9 News parking lot bright and early this morning, or dark and early, maybe I should say. Kyle Dyer is out there with it. Hi, Kyle.
Yes, hi, Gary. It is dark, but you can definitely see the Fight Back Express bus with all of these signatures, as you mentioned, of people affected by cancer. This bus is visiting 48 states leading up to Election Day. It left Ohio in May, and it is here now. State 44, Colorado, and Dana Zonkowski is with the American Cancer Society's Cancer Action Network. What is this network about, and what kind of reaction do you get from this bus?
Oh gosh, the reaction has been overwhelming. The American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network is the sister advocacy organization of the American Cancer Society. And this bus is sort of taking ACS CAN's message across the entire United States with the messages of advocating for access to quality health care for cancer patients. We also advocate for a smoke-free America, as well as increases in cancer research funding.
But Dana, when you see the headlines and you hear what's going on in Capitol Hill with the funding for this financial crisis and this bailout plan, you have to think, oh, what is this going to do for money for cancer research? You want people to write to their lawmakers, to beg them and urge them to keep cancer in the forefront.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sending emails, phone calls, office visits. We actually had some of our ACS CAN members on Capitol Hill this week advocating for things such as access to health care and access to funding for early detection and prevention programs.
Now, we have our Race for the Cure here next weekend, and so much money, thankfully, is raised for breast cancer. But there are other cancers, like lung cancer and other cancers, that don't get the kind of funding. You know, hopefully that can change as well. I'm going to sign this while you talk.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So how do you convince lawmakers to get more money for us?
Well, you know what, Kyle? It's all about the stories. We have cancer survivors that have been contacting their members of Congress since joining ACS CAN when it started in 2001, and they've been telling their members of Congress their stories about having difficulties getting access to the screenings that they need to be diagnosed at an early stage where this disease is treatable and curable.
Now, we should mention this is shrink-wrapped, and you're about to put a 5th cover on this. You've had that many signatures.
Actually, yeah. So this is actually the 5th, and we're going to wrap it for the 6th time. So you're seeing only 1/5 of the signatures that we've had on this bus in total.
You can see this bus, thank you, Dana, in person today over at the state capitol on the west steps between noon and 1. There's a rally. You'll hear from cancer survivors, cancer doctors about symptoms and screening and early detection. So if you are near there and you see all this going on, check it out and maybe listen a little bit and sign the bus. Gary, back to you.
Even though the timing may be bad, Kyle, it's probably a good time because it's an election time and you can check out all the various candidate stands on cancer research. So there you go. All right, thank you very much. 9news.com is also the place to register for Denver's Race for the Cure. Once again, it raises money for the fight against breast cancer. The race is next Sunday, October 5th. It starts at the Pepsi Center.